everyone. I'm Sylvia Scott, the CEO and founder of the Girls C.E.O Connection. And I am also the ambassador, Colorado ambassador for Women's Entrepreneurship Day, Colorado. I have the pleasure of interviewing Rutt Bridges Venture Fund today, who we worked together on the Women's Entrepreneurship Day conference at CU Denver, Jake Jab's Entrepreneurship Center in January, but we've been working on it for several months. And Sarah is the Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications. And since joining in April 2019, Sarah has helped the Jake Jab Center launch a new Master's in Entrepreneurship program, grow its annual pitch competition, The Climb, and launch a number of cross-disciplinary programs such as the Rutt Bridges Venture Fund and a local chapter of the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization. And prior to joining CU Denver, she worked at a variety of Denver tech startups and wrote for magazines AIM 5280 magazine, the Northwest Quarterly in Chicagoland, and InStyle magazine. Sarah earned her MBA at CU Denver in 2022 and her BS in journalism at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in 2015. Her passion for storytelling and content creation now informs her work in creating brand narratives that resonate. And like I said, Sarah and I met while working on the Women's Entrepreneurship Day conference, which CU Jake Jab Center was the lead sponsor for. And we started back in July. We were supposed to do this conference in November and it snowed, so we put it off until January. So I've gotten to work with Sarah for quite a while now. So thank you, Sarah, for joining me today. And I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Oh, thank you, me too.
Well, now, according to many banking sources in Colorado, Colorado is number one for women leading entrepreneurship in the country. State has 76.86% startup survival rate and one of the highest percentages of new businesses nationally. And that's one reason Sarah and I are talking today about what's going on with women in entrepreneurship in the Jake Jab Center and the role they're creating for women entrepreneurs in Colorado. So first of all, Sarah, what prompted you to join the team at Jake Jab Center?
Well, I got really lucky. I had a really great experience working at different startups and magazines in the Denver area, but I found myself really missing the academic environment and energy of a college campus, and I really missed being a student. So I started looking at some of the best universities and colleges in Colorado, seeing if there could be a job that combined my love for storytelling and content marketing with academics. And that's how I found the Jake Jab Center. And I think we really have the best of both worlds here. We have a really small team and we put out a lot in terms of academic programs and events throughout the year. So we work really fast, we wear many hats, and we just have a lot of fun and support from the larger university. So now I just really love helping students navigate their academic and professional journeys and find their passions through entrepreneurship.
That's great. So you helped to launch the Rutt Bridges Venture Fund, which is an early stage micro-investment fund operated by a cross-disciplinary team at CU Denver. With CU Denver students, and it's under the supervision of the faculty members and professional advisors. The fund invests real money in real companies within the community. And when and how did you get involved with this fund and growing it like you have?
Yeah, right away, right when I joined the Jake Jab Center team in 2019, they actually had this fund about 10 years prior, but it had been dormant for a few years. And so they're looking to see how we could relaunch the fund and attract students to join, because it's quite a commitment. Students meet on a weekly basis. They have to do a lot of due diligence and a lot of attention to detail work, reviewing business plans, following up on companies, managing the portfolio. And so we had to really convey that while it was a big time commitment and investment of time, you would get a lot of value and a lot of hands-on learning from doing this type of extracurricular program. And so we built a lot of marketing and stories being placed in newspapers and the business school newsroom to kind of get that story out there and attract the attention of students. And we relaunched it in 2019, and ever since then we've had a steady group of about 20 to 30 students on the fund every year. And we have quite a lot of students coming back, serving as mentors now that they're alumni as well. So that's been very exciting.
That's great. That's wonderful. Well, tell me, how do you see the changes with women entrepreneurs with the school and the school promoting entrepreneurship for women or bringing in more women and when they get started in undergraduate and then moving on?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of growth at both the CU Denver Business School and the Jake Jebb Center for Entrepreneurship within the business school. Originally, the center opened in 1996 as the Bard Center, and we were really just a few courses in entrepreneurship. But since then, we've been growing, adding a lot of courses, adding a lot of academic programs and extracurricular programs. And part of the design of these programs is inclusivity, factoring in how do you make this accessible to underrepresented minority populations, to women, and to other minorities that might be within the school. And so we've been really focusing our marketing and recruiting on this, making sure we have female representation, both as instructors in our courses, speakers at our events, as well as staff leadership and faculty leadership within our programs. And then once they're here, we want to make sure that they get all the support that they need. So the business school is pretty unique on the CU Denver campus in that we have our own teams. We have our own marketing recruitment teams, as well as our own business career center for students who are looking for jobs and internships, and then our own advising team. So we want to make sure that students feel that they belong here and that they have a voice here. And so we've seen, from all of those efforts, we've seen a lot of good changes happening at the business school. I would say before I started here, maybe 8 or so years ago, our courses in entrepreneurship were very male dominated. We had like about 70 to 80% of our students were male and 20 to 30% were female. But with our efforts in representation and making people feel included and that they have a place here, now it's closer to about 50-50. And in fact, if you look at the business school as a whole, about 54% of all incoming first-year students at the business school identify as female, and about 50% of those incoming first-year students are underrepresented minorities. And so I think we're getting a lot of good diversity here, not just in representation, but for entrepreneurship, that means a lot of diverse ideas, a lot of diverse perspectives, and I think that just enriches the experience for everyone.
Well, I noticed you have a lot of pictures of females.
Yes.
On the website, and everywhere. You see more women, the photographs of them, and which I think is a great thing because too many times you don't see that. I think that's wonderful. So how do you see this moving forward? How do you see more women getting involved? And when they graduate, are they staying in Denver? Are they starting businesses, and continuing with them? What's happening?
And just based on those stats that you were referencing, the numbers show that people want to stay in Denver, especially women-owned small businesses and startups. And that's because we have a very supportive entrepreneurial ecosystem here in downtown Denver and the Denver area. We like to be a part of that. We hope that we are a positive contribution to that ecosystem. But to help contribute to that, we want to continue growing and providing more and more opportunities and programs that help support that growth and make sure that people are getting the entrepreneurial support they need to be successful here in the Denver area. One of those developments that we're working on is this new Masters in Entrepreneurship program. We identified a gap in the market. We will be the only Masters in Entrepreneurship degree program in the state of Colorado, which is very surprising. Given that a lot of small businesses are coming to Denver, Colorado, and there's a lot of new startups popping up everywhere. So in designing this Masters in Entrepreneurship program, we really were conscientious in making it as flexible and customizable as possible. So that means that when students come in, they get to choose any 10 graduate level entrepreneurship courses that they want to take. There's no prereqs or gen eds that they have to, check off the box, check off the list. They get to choose the courses that most interest them and do them in the order and in the schedule that fits their life. So that's whether that's online or in person, in 1 year or within 5 years. And we really want to cater to people who might be working full time or people who want to do it as quickly as possible. So we want to make sure that people see that our degree can fit into their life and not the other way around. This is not something that you have to fit into your life.
Right.
And so we're really excited about that.
That's great. Now you're working on it now. So it's starting it hasn't started yet.
So it launches in fall 2023, but the thing to know about this is a lot of our courses already exist. This isn't a brand new program, as in these instructors are teaching for the first time, or this coursework is brand new and developed. These courses have been tried and tested over the last 20 years at the Jake Jab Center, but this is the first time we're able to offer it as a complete degree program.
Great. Now there's an entrepreneurship certificate. So how does that differ from a major in entrepreneurship? And how does that differ than what this master's program is going to do?
Yeah, I know. It kind of gets complicated because we have a lot of options now. But at the undergraduate level, we offer a entrepreneurship major for any student doing the business Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, a BSBA degree program. That's one of 11 options that they. So what that means is after they go through all of their gen eds and business requirements, they take 6 entrepreneurship focused courses to complete the major. As in contrast, they could also choose to do either the minor in entrepreneurship or the certificate in entrepreneurship, which is something that they add on to their degree plan to kind of strengthen their skill set and make themselves more hireable in a professional capacity. So the minor is only 5 courses and the certificate is only 3 courses. So those are kind of things where if you already set on majoring in marketing or finance or another business discipline, but you kind of want to make yourself a more well-rounded professional, you could add on those options. And then the master's program, of course, is a graduate level program. But for undergrad students, we have a very unique and exciting offering called a 4+1 program. And this means that you could go through your bachelor's degree and then tack on a master's level graduate degree in 1 year. And so you can start taking graduate level courses while you're an undergrad, save some time, save some money, and yeah, do it in a 4+1 style program.
Well, that's great. I haven't heard of anybody really doing that. So that's wonderful. How are you getting that out to everybody?
Well, on an academic side, we do a lot of marketing and recruiting to students, really getting the word out there, especially for new offerings like the master's program. But I would say it's pretty easy to get the word out there in terms of word of mouth, because not only are we an academic department within the business school, but we're a pretty robust and year-round events and program center here at the business school. So that means we're always putting on different experiential and hands-on learning opportunities for students to really get a well-rounded educational experience, not just in the classroom, but also outside the classroom. So for example, we have our annual business pitch competition coming up called The Climb. We're starting workshops for that right now. We have the local chapter of the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization, CEO, our entrepreneurship club. And we also have a Best of Colorado speakers series. And so through those events, not only do we give students the opportunity to network, to find mentors, to really have hands-on learning workshops to attend, but we also are building a community within the Denver entrepreneurial ecosystem. We have a lot of support from partners within the city, different organizations, and as well as entrepreneurs who are actually, fighting the good fight, doing the good work, and have those businesses and success stories to share.
Well, I see that you have Entrepreneur in Residence program. And this year it's a woman who I know and worked with us, was partner, so to speak, for the Women's Entrepreneurship Day, Olivia Omega, who's a longtime entrepreneur and branding specialist. And she's also the founder of the track chair for Denver Startup Week. And she's the senior director of marketing and communications at the Denver Scholarship Fund. So how is the Entrepreneur in Residence selected? How long does that role go for the person? How long will Olivia be doing it? What are the responsibilities and the time commitment? Because I know with having an entrepreneur in residence, it does a lot for the students.
Yeah, working with Olivia has been fantastic. We got really lucky with her because every year we pick them in the spring so that we start working with them leading up into the fall semester when there's really a high interest and high energy level from the students.
Okay, well, that's too bad that that Olivia's only there for 1 year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, I'll be excited to see who you get for next year.
Mhm.
You know, you were the lead sponsors for the Women's Entrepreneurship Day Colorado Summit, and Junior Achievement sponsored several high school girls from Green Mountain High School and Mapleton Career Prep, and I believe there's one girl from Lakewood High School. So, and you host a Junior Achievements Business Bound summer camp. How did that partnership come about? And then what is involved with the summer camp and what you're doing with Junior Achievement? And do your CU Denver instructors teach with it? You know, what part you like, you know, just tell us a little bit about it and what part you like about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a new collaboration that we started working on. Back in 2020, we started working with Junior Achievement about the idea of developing this summer program. A while back, they had done it with a different university, and it was an overnight summer camp, so it was a bit of a different iteration. But we sat down with them and started talking about, you know, what did students like about the previous version of it? What would we want to change? How could we adapt it to the CU Denver campus? And we came up with this business-bound week-long summer program. It invites students who are interested in business and what it's like to be an entrepreneur to come in every day, Monday through Friday of that week, to have, it's basically a business challenge. They will come up with their own small business ideas, start making products or services, and then they present those ideas to see who will win the best idea of the week. So it's really exciting. We really wanted to get involved too for several reasons. One, our events and programs kind of slow down a little bit in the summer, and we have such a great event center downstairs on the first floor of the business school. So we want to make good use out of it, right? But also, I think it's really valuable to work with high school students because it's not often that they get exposure or the chance to see what it's like to be an entrepreneur, to have that type of challenge and hands-on learning of running your own business and being your own boss. It could be pretty inspiring and empowering. And I think that's what makes it really fun. Working with these high school students, you get to see their immense creativity and passion that they can have for these type of ideas and businesses. And so being able to work with that is really inspiring, and we look forward to it every year. And I know you asked about our instructors. Yes, we help design the schedule for the week in that we get some of our faculty instructors involved to come talk to these students, help run some of the workshops. And even last year we had Jake Jabs himself give a speech to the students, which can be a lot of fun, learning more about American Furniture Warehouse.
That's great. So, and I think it's great too, because that is, the event center is wonderful. You know, and it's such a great place to have, you know, the summit, like we did the summit, and then when we do it again next year, and but to have the kids there, you know, the students getting to see what the classrooms are like. You know, some of these schools, high schools, are much older, so here they are in this nice new modern, you know, wonderful facility to see how they're college students. I mean, what a promotion for the school to bring students there.
Yeah, we hope so, that students can see themselves being in those college courses, being a college student, and hopefully are excited by it.
Yeah, because I think it's a wonderful facility. And I can't imagine being in high school and getting to go to someplace like that. I think it's wonderful. So what else can you add about the Jake Jab Center or the future of women entrepreneurs in Colorado and CU Denver and the Jake Jab Center being involved with women entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I mean, just like you mentioned a few times, there's so many stats that point to the fact that the future is bright for Denver, not just for entrepreneurship as a whole, but specifically for female entrepreneurs and women-owned small businesses. And so we're just excited to be a part of that, to support that growth and those ventures as much as possible for entrepreneurs of any age or background. And so we want to keep providing the academic opportunities, the events, and the community building that supports that growth. So we really just encourage anyone who's interested to check out our website, jakejabcenter.org, to learn more about what we offer, both on the academic side for students, but also on the community side through events and programs that are open to anyone. And just, yeah, take advantage of us. We are an academic program, but we're a resource center, not just for CU Denver, but for the city of Denver as a whole.
I think that's great. That's wonderful. I guess comes to the end. Now, one last word. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the school, about your job, anything that you want to bring out as we're closing up for our conversation?
Just that I'm happy to connect with anyone or answer any questions. I'm available on LinkedIn if anyone wants to connect, as well as on our website. Anyone, student or otherwise, can go onto our website and schedule a one-on-one advising appointment with someone on our team to kind of talk through any questions they might have. We can pair you with a mentor to go over a business idea or a business plan you're working on, or just simply to learn about like what course might fit your interests or might help you on your entrepreneurial journey.
So how would somebody get in touch with you personally?
Well, yeah, like I said, you can find me on LinkedIn, or you can visit our website at jakejabcenter.org to learn more.
Wonderful. Well, Sarah, thanks so much. I really appreciate having you talking to you today. It was fun, as always, because I think you're great to work with. I'm looking forward to future collaborations. I'm looking forward to seeing what the school's doing and this new MBA program, or Masters in Entrepreneurship, I should say.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Sylvia. It's always a pleasure working with you, and I'm looking forward to what we work on together in the future.
Thank you. Great. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.